Hello and welcome back to the channel. Hope you enjoyed the reaction today. Let's get into it.
We're checking out a Rev Says Desu video today and something about the critical drinker situation. I have no idea what he's talking about. All I know is critical drinker making videos and being funny and dunking on people that are stupid. So anyway, let's get into this video.
Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So this video is going to be a bit of a follow-up to something I covered a few days ago, where we had this very interesting collision of parties, including Hollywood, multiple franchises, and YouTubers as well. Today we're going to be looking at the continued attacks on the author of Project Hail Mary, Andy Weir, who's being called out not only by activists on social media for his
Of course they are.
political views, but also we're going to be looking at the continued cancellation of him because of his association with YouTuber Critical Drinker, who's being attacked on multiple fronts here.
Everyone likes to attack Critical Drinker. He's such a chill fucking dude, and he just makes fun of the right people, or the wrong people in their opinion.
By soy boy YouTubers trying to call him a chud that is cancer to work with, but also he's getting canceled from authors like...
He is a chud. We're all chuds. What the fuck is wrong with it?
this
Moving on
your screen right now, who are trying to basically stab him in the back after having no problem working
fucking horrible people
with him in the past because they want to impress Hollywood and gain virtue signaling points by doing so. But where did all this begin? Well, it started about 2 weeks ago when there was an announcement regarding Starfleet Academy, which will be ending with its second season. This surprises nobody. This was an incredible...
It does surprise me. I'm surprised it even got a second season.
Woke and just terrible show that cared way more about owning the chuds than providing entertaining content. And people in response to this were blaming everything but the showrunners themselves and the actors involved, blaming right-wingers, anti-woke people, YouTubers, anyone they...
I love how we keep taking their insults and turning them into a badge of honor like the word chud. Yeah, 100%. These idiots want to fucking label people the whole time. It's like, no one cares about your labels. You call people Nazis all the time. Like, nothing is worse than... Like, no one cares about your labels anymore. Like, just fuck off. Star Trek destroyed the franchise, yeah? No, they destroy every franchise. Star Wars is destroyed. Star Trek is destroyed. Everything is fucking destroyed.
You could think of... And now it seems even more obvious, if it wasn't already, why this show's getting canceled. Nobody watched.
Yeah, no shit.
Try to appeal to...
I don't get this. They keep trying to do this thinking that they follow the definition of insanity. They keep doing the same thing expecting a different result. And they don't get the different result, and then they just scream at people for being against them. Like, they know that this is going to be the outcome. They know that they're not going to get the audience, but they keep doing it thinking that they're going to get an audience.
The modern audience, and that's what they got. The modern audience. There is an allegation out there, a report, that less than 40,000 people watched each Starfleet Academy.
Not Starfleet Academy. I've seen reviews almost go insane, forcing themselves to see the show. Yeah.
Academy episode. Ladies and gentlemen, just wrap your minds around that. There will likely be more people watching this video than the average Starfleet Academy episode. And of
100% true.
Of course, with 10 episodes, the total views for the entire first season is around 400,000. That is painful. And
Scarborough's gets more people watching. Basically, most of the people in this community gets more people watching their AI music videos than this probably got watching their fucking shit show.
And honestly, it makes a lot of sense when you look at the latest involving the change.org petition trying to get a third season of this show, because it has...
That would be so retarded.
Roughly 40,000 signatures. The modern audience, ladies and gentlemen. But things get even worse. Now you have actors from the show saying they're sad about the show getting canceled and that they have all these episodes left and they're just bummed that this didn't work out. Which is very funny to hear because just a few days ago,
I wonder
the
why.
same actor came out and said they're vowing to make season 2 gay as F and to go out in flames and to be even louder and even more annoying when it comes to representing his character. These people learn absolutely nothing and are doomed to fail any project they are associated with. But there's another franchise involved with this situation, and that, of course, is
What the fuck is Andy Weir? Project Hail Mary. I don't know what this
Hail
is.
Mary. Its author, Andy Weir, is getting a lot of heat
I don't
from
know who that is.
people in Hollywood and activists on social media, despite the enormous success this film is having at the box office right now.
Oh, so this is not a gay show. This is actually a good show.
They're mad about some of his stances when it comes to
Of course they are.
politics and the projects he works on, where
Yeah, this is why I said they do the same shit, expecting a different result, but other people do their own shit, get good results every single time, and these people that think they're going to get good results by doing stupid shit, I don't know what's going on.
Andy Weir does not want to inject modern politics or a modern agenda into his works, and of course, that makes all the activists very angry, but they're also angry about his recent collaboration with Critical Drinker, where people from the industry
Oh, that's what the situation. He collabed. That's funny.
are calling him out on social media and in other places for simply joining his stream, where they talked about many things, including Starfleet Academy, where Andy Weir described Kurtzman's shows and the modern Star Trek as garbage, as crap. And, well, for telling the truth, he made many people very angry. People were also pointing out some of his stances, again, when it comes to AI and putting real-world commentary and politics into fiction, and how he deeply misunderstands Star Trek, according to people like this on social media, that just yesterday, a post like this got 15,000 likes. And basically, they're saying that they dislike, this is Andy Weir, he dislikes social commentary, like he really hates it. When I'm reading a book, I just want to be entertained,
Yeah, exactly.
not preached at by the author. Plus, it ruins the wonder of the story if I
The only people that want that are the people that agree with that.
know the author has a political or social axe to grind. I no longer speculate about all possible outcomes of the story because I know for a fact that the universe of that book will conspire to ensure that the author's political agenda is validated. I hate that. I put no politics or social commentary into my stories at all. Anyone who thinks they see something like that is reading it on their own. I have no point to make, and I'm not trying to affect the reader's opinion on anything. My sole job is to entertain, and I stick to that. This quote from
That is how you make a good show, or whatever you're doing. That's how you do well with any entertainment. Just stick to what you want to do. Don't make it gay as shit. Don't add politics into it, and don't have bad writing. You don't have bad writing, and you don't make it work or whatever, it will most likely do well.
Andy Weir is making people upset. He is delivering what 99% of people want. An apolitical piece of entertainment that is not affected by personal agendas or something happening in modern politics. You would think people would be happy, but no. People like this on Twitter are crashing out. But here's some of the quotes criticizing this sort of a complaint. This person saying, in quotes, "I put no politics or social commentary into my stories at all. Anyone who thinks they see it, they're not reading it from me. They're reading it on their own." And they continue on reading the rest of the quote. And this user says, "This is exactly why the movie is so good."
Yep.
Here's another one mocking the original poster. "The fiction author is trying to entertain me instead of validating my stupid opinions." I know, shocking, right? I cannot believe someone writing fiction would want to entertain instead of validate people's political opinions and activism. Here's another one saying, "The amount of attacks on Andy Weir and the Critical Drinker have endured just because they like based movies is insane. Cancel."
Everyone on the right side gets attacked for just because they don't want this shit, and just because they like good shit. If you see something that's good that doesn't have anything in it, they're gonna get attacked just because they don't have that shit in it.
Death threats, and more, just because you like good movies. I am never surprised anymore at the amount of people who really want you dead over not consuming the message. Now, the message is a bit of a joke, a run-on gag, or a phrase from Critical Drinker's content where he talks about the message, right? People trying
Not the only one. A lot of people have that as a running joke.
to force modern politics into their stories, and someone's really upset about the message being brought up here, and that is Matt Jarbo.
What the fuck is this, man? First of Hollywood After Dark podcast, formal. I was just about to make a joke about the message. Yeah. And yeah, this dude is right up there in the shit show of work people, it looks like.
I'm discovering more about these individuals. There's a lot of very interesting players in this side of the internet. Matt Jarbo is a bit of a lolcow, as I can very quickly realize the more I look at this guy. And he was immediately calling Andy Weir a chud because of comments he made while collaborating.
It's not an insult. Stop using it as an insult. It's not an insult. I can guarantee if he heard it, he'd be like, yeah, and?
With Critical Drinker, and anyone who says the phrase chud unironically, I mean, there's just no saving them at that point. But he has openly led a boycott against Project Hail Mary simply because Andy Weir went on a stream with the noted chud Critical Drinker. And of course, this guy got absolutely...
It's like the dude on X that created the chud list. And it's like, no one cares. Everyone wants to be on it. No one doesn't want to be... If you're on the right, you want to be on this chud list. And that's it. It's not like you don't want it.
Blasted in the comments. I mean, first of all, look at this, right? 336,000 views, 110 likes, 1,200 comments. That's how much mockery was directed this guy's way, because he clearly has an issue with Critical Drinker, and anyone who associates with him is immediately labeled a chud or a bad person and deserving of a boycott. But Critical Drinker would quote Matt Jarbo saying, "Oh no, how will this movie ever succeed without the Boulder King to support it?" And Matt Jarbo since then has been trying to take a victory lap because Andy Weir would apologize for his comment.
Why? Why would you do that? I don't like that he did that. He should never apologize.
It's about Starfleet Academy.
Of course, another guilt by association. Yeah, it's they love doing that, and I don't like it when people actually go in and end up apologizing for it, because it's like, what are you apologizing for? Like, it's so dumb.
Academy and its executive producer.
By apologizing, you are admitting that the person that they're talking about is now a horrible person. Like, it's dumb.
Saying it was not supposed to come off as mean as it was received, which some people thought was an L. I think it was an L amongst a situation where Andy Weir was collecting a lot of W's, right? If he had 5 W's coming out of his commentary and his collaboration with Critical Drinker, he might have lost 1 point. Okay, he lost 1 W because of the backtracking, but, you know, who knows what he got in terms of a boss call from Hollywood or anything like that. But you can see Matt Jarbo saying last week, I pointed out how crappy it was that Andy Weir went on with the Dip Drinker, and everyone lost their minds, and my post blew up like crazy. Then Andy apologized for his comments made on the podcast. Now, Matt Dinniman is calling out Drinker and regretting working with him.
Who the fuck is Matt Dinniman? I don't even know who that is.
Jarbodamus strikes again.
Oh,
and it's just like, this guy is immune to a well-supported take. But, yeah, we will see this Matt Dinniman individual trying to cancel Critical Drinker in just a second. But let's go back to the message. Okay, Matt Jarbo says, in quotes, the message. That's the grift. Word that has completely lost all...
The fucking grift. We're all grifters, guys. Every single one of us were grifters. I don't know what we're grifting towards because we don't get paid for this shit. But we're all grifters. It's Critical Drinker's entire business model summed up in 2 words. Fuck's sake.
Meaning, that's the Critical Drinker's entire business model summed up in a 2-word calling card. But it's not just him, it's Nerdrotic, it's Geeks and Gamers, it's the Side Scrollers podcast, which, by the way, I am a regular member
I can't wait for them to contact me.
of. I go on Side
I would definitely go on the side scrollers if I am contacted.
Scrollers once every 2 weeks. And,
I'm too small for that.
And we'll talk more about this probably in another video, but just know that they were mentioned, Sargon of Akkad, and the entire right-wing pop culture outrage ecosystem. They don't even have to define what it is, or, like most anti-woke reviewers, actually care enough to engage with the narrative mechanics of a movie or game. It's just a convenient straw man. The grift runs on this manufactured outrage, instead of offering a real community to guys who miss the simplicity of the 80s and 90s. They offer a catchphrase. They blame a changing, diverse pop culture landscape to keep you isolated in the dark, hunting for a reason to be angry at a screen for 2 hours rather than just participating in society. Holy projection. This is a necessary cycle to break if you ever want to actually enjoy escapism again.
You cannot escape on this shit, because when you shove modern day propaganda and modern day bullshit into it, you're not escaping. You're just moving from X to that, because you see that on X all the time. You see that on YouTube all the time. You see that in the shows. You see it in everyday life. And all you're doing is shoving the real world into your media. So you're not escaping from shit. You're just moving it to a different spot. We want to escape. We don't want to see it in our fucking media.
The message a real fundamental critique of modern storytelling? No. But does it work to keep people angry and clicking? Yes, it does. The problem isn't with modern filmmakers, it's with
what else keeps people angry and clicking when you shove shit in that doesn't need to be there?
All these outrage peddlers who do not have their fingers on the pulse of society at all. Give it a few years, and they'll all be relegated to third-rate, small-time comic conventions, sitting at fold-out tables where isolated guys pay them $5 just to say the line. I mean, are you getting any of these things that you're crafting in this hypothetical that one day they might lose? I don't understand how.
The difference is, it's like you don't have to do much to do well on the right, because most people agree with the people on the right. That is just a fact. People that are not on the woke side of things, they do well usually because they're anti this bullshit. People on the left, they get a lot of money from donors and stuff. That's where they're actually getting all the shit from. So they make money, but they don't do well. Unless it's a series, then they're just going to lose a shit ton of money, whether it's a series, movie, or game. They get money from donors and from shareholders because, yes, it follows the line. It follows the path that they want, even though it makes them no fucking money.
People like this think they have the pulse when their posts get zero support whatsoever. And you can look at...
Just when I say people are doing well, I don't mean people are making money. On the right, a lot of people like that. Like, I'm doing well. In the sense that I'm growing quickly from where I started a month or two ago. I'm doing well in that. I'm not making anything on this fucking channel yet, but I'm doing well in the sense of just my stuff is getting out there. People are seeing me. People are interacting. That's about it. I'm not making shit. But these people, they don't have people watch their shit. They don't have people. Their shit doesn't sell. But they still get money from their donors. They still get money from all the people that want to see their messaging pushed.
Any critical drinker video typically will get around 1 million views and overwhelming support. So I think it's very obvious who's out of touch here. And when it comes to the message and wokeness, which people can easily define, the message is a symptom of woke culture, where over and over again, there is political agendas being forced upon people who are just trying to have some escapism, to enjoy whatever universe they're consuming. They don't want to hear about modern politics. They don't want things ham-fisted in a very unsubtle way into that content. So yes, when the message is something that is clearly present in these various forms of media, those forms of media typically fail. What's an example of that? Oh, the ground level for this whole thing, Starfleet Academy. They had the message all throughout it, and they will continue to have the message in the second season, and that is why
is the second season not started yet?
But we did see this other mention of Matt Dinniman.
I thought that shit was
the author
done.
of Dungeon Crawler Carl, and he's had some things to say about Critical Drinker as well, saying in quotes, "I regret that my books have any association whatsoever with him. I hope one day to have his part in the book, in book 3, removed altogether. It's a distraction, and the only edgelord douchebag I want people to think of when they read my books is the AI itself. Why did he feel the need to do this?" asks the original poster here. Yeah, this is very interesting because Critical Drinker has a role, a small appearance in the audiobook of Dungeon Crawler Carl, which is a successful one, right? A lot of people really enjoy this IP, and Critical Drinker had a role to play in it, which it seems like years ago that wasn't an issue whatsoever. But now this person regrets any association whatsoever and wants him completely removed. And you can see this sort of tactic and how it is backfiring horribly. Here's the comments. Drinker is only getting heat because he is successful.
Yep.
What's the issue with Drinker? He's objectively based. I was curious about these books, but now I've lost all interest.
Okay. Back, didn't mean to be gone so long. But Psycho ended up doing a mini marathon of songs. No, it's all good. It's all good. Welcome back. Welcome back. I've got more videos more AI music videos after this video as well.
Thank you for showing us who you really are. Wow, that sucks. I guess I'll just stop buying his books. Just finished the 3rd book as well. Hope this is all fake. Glad I read this. I was thinking about buying the book, and so on and so forth. But of course you have the Looney Tunes trying to go after Critical Drinker here, saying Critical Drinker needs to get a job. He and his round table of clones.
Why would he do that? He makes a shit ton of money on YouTube. That would be dumb. If he got a different job, he would make less money. This person's retarded.
Are the modern audience. They're always ready day one with ticket in hand, ready to consume product, get mad and wait for next product. Stop simping for him because funny accent man make joke. F grifters. Again, it seems like all of these people have no idea what a grifter is.
Nope.
They don't even try to explain why they believe someone like Critical Drinker is a grifter. But yeah, they're going the next level of cope I've never seen, where they're accusing people like Critical Drinker of being the modern audience. The modern audience is now accusing the people critical of the modern audience of being the modern audience.
So retarded. Like, technically speaking, the modern audience doesn't exist. They don't watch anything. If you make a show for quote-unquote the modern audience, they're not going to watch your shit. They don't exist. The only people that are going to watch your shit are the actual audience, and if you make shit, they're not going to watch it. So, technically speaking, the quote-unquote modern audience is the audience that you want. And if you don't want your actual audience, then they're not going to be there. Your modern audience doesn't exist, technically speaking.
How did we get here? This is like the maximum level of cope, but Critical Drinker would quote this post right here saying, LOL, that's interesting since he was very excited to work with me and claimed to be a big fan when it benefited him. Now that he's trying to break into TV, suddenly he's filled with regret. Good luck sucking all that Hollywood D, buddy. Hope it was worth it. Yeah, there's a lot of attacks going on in so many authors.
Yeah, the modern audience is not something that exists. It's something that they are trying to create. Yes, basically.
Going at each other, and it's providing some great
because they don't want the actual audience.
Content, ladies and gentlemen, I will say that, but it is interesting to see this guy once again in the middle of multiple franchises and IPs battling it out over some of the most stupid stuff I've ever seen. All beginning with Starfleet Academy, of all things, getting axed after its second season finally airs and completes. I mean, this is what Hollywood does. If you want to appeal to Hollywood, this is the route you go. And all it's doing for this author who's attacking Critical Drinker, all it's doing is hurting his reputation. It's hurting his product. This was a needless and baseless attack for no reason, and it's going to backfire. It's only going to hurt. A lot of people were getting their first introduction to this IP because of the comments about Critical Drinker, and it's not a good look. It's not a good look at all, but that is the situation for now. That's going to...
Yeah, the Critical Drinker is awesome. If you haven't, go check him out. Go check Critical Drinker. He's fucking based and he's badass. And yes, he is what they try and call everyone chuds, and that is a good thing. Yeah, no, fucking wear the chud sleeve and move on.